Hello and welcome to the PCM Tech Help Show. I am your host, Craig Chamberlin, and you're watching the PCM Tech Help Show. PCM Tech Talk Live. That's right, broadcasting for the first time via Google and YouTube live stream. Now, there's been a lot of news in the past day, a lot of buzz, a lot of scared people running around screaming, why? Why Google Plus? Why change the interface? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight because you know what? I think Google has made astounding strides due to their recent Google I/O event, and there's a lot of great things that are going to be coming through the pipeline. My name is Craig Chamberlin, and you're watching the PCM Tech Talk Live. And if you join the community, PCMTechHelp.com/community, you will have a direct feed to this Flipboard article every single night. So here we are, of course, broadcasting live, and we'll see how things go today. I think I heard somebody knock on my door. I hope not, because I cannot go to my door. We're broadcasting, people. Leave us alone. So we'll go ahead and pull up my magazine for today. And there's a lot of interesting things going on in Google before we get started. Now, if you guys see the technology here, you'll notice that Google Plus has made some astounding changes to their actual platform. Now, the good thing about this is that they're being brave. But the bad thing about this is that they're being brave. Now, Google Plus has historically been a social media network that's kind of thrived on the idea of simplicity. And it's always done a great job of this. You had a simple stream with a simple navigation and a simple way of connecting with people. Now, the reason Google Plus has separated itself over the past 2 years from any other social network is because of this simplicity. Another reason is that it's basically niched itself as the content network. In other words, you cannot really find another social network that does as good as Google Plus does through content submission and content sharing. Awesome, awesome stuff. Essentially, if you're in the content game whatsoever, or if you enjoy in-depth content, you should be on Google+. There's no reason you shouldn't be. You will not find anything even remotely close to the quality of content on any other social network. Because most of them, like Facebook, revolve around the personalized people you're with, close family members and friends. Including Twitter, which although will give you unique content, it's pretty much exclusive to unique ideas and pithy dialogue and what I like to call microblogs. Now, Google Plus has recently released 41 changes to their platform. This occurred yesterday. You'll notice a huge user interface update. But let's not get scared by this user interface update, because along with this user interface update, we've also got a lot of other updates that have strongly shifted the dynamic of social media, in my opinion, in their favor. If you look at the graphs, you'll notice that Facebook is the top social network right now, followed closely by YouTube and by Google+. YouTube and Google Plus are both dubbed social networks, and both of them have about half as many members as Facebook. Them combined, you can get nearly as many subscribers as Facebook. I've said for a long time, weeks if not months on my show, that Google Plus and YouTube will eventually become one. This latest merger and release of the social media update for Google Plus has only solidified that theory because it just makes sense. It makes sense to revolve community and social media around content. And for me, as a content producer, creating my own show, I can engage my community, which, by the way, I have the best community on the internet, live at any given time through Hangouts or live streams. And so you're going to see this closely knit synchronization or unity occur between Google Plus and YouTube over the next year. That was my big argument. But what I didn't anticipate was what Google Plus did yesterday. And that is not only to synchronize it to YouTube and Google+, but across all their other media platforms as well. Picasa, all of their image updating is now actually merged directly in with Google+. So when you upload an image to your Google+ file, or if you take a photo with your phone and have auto upload enabled, you'll have auto photo enhancements on Google+ now. These auto photo enhancements aren't like Instagram enhancements. These are actually smart enhancements that are based upon what it thinks is your quality photos and what's of their new card layout, which there's a flip layout card. And when you actually click on the hashtags now, you'll actually get a flip. So Google has taken an effort forward in actually creating an auto hashtagging where it will hashtag in the top right-hand corner of all your posts what it thinks is the most relevant hashtag, and if you select it, it'll actually flip it inline and give you more information on that hashtag. So it allows you to actually look in more detail about content revolving around your interests. So Google's kind of taking a whole new approach to this social media thing. They're trying to create an environment where you can not only get a lot more content, but you can engage that content in a much more depth, a much deeper way. And then they're trying to unify that platform across all their products, such as YouTube and Messenger, which has actually been replaced with Hangouts. And we can talk about that for just a minute. Again, remember, we open up the show with a short segment, and then, of course, I'll open the floor to your questions. And what we'll have here is a merger of the Hangouts to take over the actual chat of messaging, which has actually occurred. Not a merger, it's a takeover. Google thinks that the future of chat and social media and socializing in general is video and social based. And I don't think they're entirely wrong about this. Now remember, change is always uncomfortable, but change for the sake of change is never a good thing. But change for the sake of progression can sometimes be uncomfortable, but after you've gotten used to it, you start to understand why. I think that Hangouts is going to be one of those features that many people who just use the Messenger might be disappointed out of the box, especially since those with AT&T didn't actually get to use it because it was blocked by their service. But Hangouts are a logical evolution of the messaging system. Let's take that even further, Google said. Let's integrate not only Hangouts where you can talk face-to-face with multiple friends simultaneously on a video feed, but let's also integrate SMS text messaging directly into the service. So what do we have here? We have the complete communications package. You've got Skype, texting, messaging, and Hangouts, and social media, and all of the sharing of video and embedding of your photographs and embedding of your own YouTube videos, all merged into a single messaging system. Sounds pretty sweet if you ask me. Now, of course, it's not there yet. It's brand new. They just rolled it out today, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get there. So I think this is actually a very positive move in the direction of messaging as a technology. I think the social media editions of Google Plus will revolutionize the way people perceive social media. It is becoming a professional content network, and as they evolve the platform even more, it's making the content not only more relevant to the person looking at it, but making them able to dig deeper into those particular interests that they might be interested in. So you can essentially build your own network. Photography, of course, is part of every social media experience, so why not add a full enhancement suite and something called Auto Awesome to develop other pictures outside of the basic picture platform that will actually improve your visual, video, and photography sharing capabilities. All of it tightly knit and packaged together in a single social media, email, and messaging platform. That's ultimately going to be the goal of Google. And I've said it for months that it was just going to be Google Plus and YouTube, and I was wrong. It's going to be Google Plus and YouTube and Gmail and Messenger and Hangouts. All of them are going to go towards something called a unity experience or a unified experience. It's a very exciting thing, and I'm glad that my community and me are going to be a part of this evolution of technology. It'll actually be a countdown timer until the event starts its live broadcasting. So it's an awesome addition to the show. I can also, behind the scenes now, actually see your comments update in real time, which, yay, we don't have to sit here and worry about whether or not I'm getting your updated comments. Jordan Hunter says, I can't watch this. I'm in the UK. Oh, that's unfortunate. B Hunter says, oh, nice. I love the countdown. Another fan. Welcome back, Beat. Daniel says, ta-da. Thanks, Daniel. Beat Hunter says, hello, everyone. Adam Krefkick says, full HD for the win. Yes, we finally got it, Adam. We've been fighting with YouTube and actually posting messages on YouTube, on Google Plus for this for quite some time, about a month, and we did finally get access to full HD streaming on YouTube. I'm very excited about it. Say, hi, J-Ray says hi. Welcome back, Jay. Looks like J-Ray says, you're live. I see you. Tom Prokes, welcome back. J-Ray says 720p. Daniel Dibb says, the suspense is killing me. This must have been before the show. Rusty Evans says, you're on. Matthew Moore says, my stream keeps freezing. Well, Matthew, you can actually reduce the streaming quality. That should improve your actual streaming experience. Rusty Evans is happy it's in HD, so is Beat Hunter. Adam Kraftkick says, they fixed automatic chat update. Awesome. That's really good news because we were very, 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 very nervous about that chat update. It was driving us crazy, actually. Adam Kraftkick says, if you put it at 240, the video barely freezes. Rusty Evans says, me 3. Uh-oh, looks like everybody's getting freezing. Adam Kraftkick says, -1 for Google because of the freezes. Well, this could be my hardware, everyone. I don't know for sure if that's actually the cause of the problem or not, and I don't think I will know until actually we look at the show after a couple episodes and I start to make some tweaks and adjustments. Me4 says, J-Ray, 4th person. All Day says, what's the difference between the streaming with this streaming and streaming with Hangouts? Well, the difference between YouTube live streaming and streaming via Hangouts, or called Hangouts on Air, is that Hangouts on Air does have a limited bandwidth, and it's also designed to actually broadcast multiple people hanging out together. Now, the top resolution for Hangouts on Air right now is 480p. Another luxury of this particular live streaming is that I can actually monetize the content while we are broadcasting live. So while I'm sitting here talking to you fine gentlemen, I can actually do advertisements. I can also sit here and schedule all of the live events in advance and actually do some marketing and advertising to get the show growing and looking in a whole new way. A whole new way. Essentially, it's become a real show. There's also professional broadcasting software behind the scenes. I've got a lot more control over how things go, how they look, and there's a lot of very interesting things we can do. Very interesting how this all works out, and we will see how HD live stream actually works out. It does say that this live control panel or broadband station is actually still in beta. So let's see what we got here. Okay, video chat is great for people. Freezing. Hello, Matthew Moore. Everyone's having freezing problems. Not good. Again, this is a work in progress, guys. It's the first night with Hangouts via YouTube, so I don't know how it's going to work out yet. Matthew Moore says, video chat is great for people without data caps. When you hang out every day like me, you lose data quick, about 250 megabytes per hour for Google Hangouts. Very good point, because if you're going to be using Hangouts as an exclusive messaging app, although it is fun and great and exciting, you'll want to disable the video portion of the Hangouts if you're going to actually do it through your phone service, because you do have limited data bandwidth on your phone, obviously. J-Ray says, I think the freezing is because the video is being processed at the same time being streaming. YouTube not doing a good job of that. Paying attention. Netflix has some very exciting things going on with it tonight, and this month actually, is they're pushing this Arrested Development show, which if you haven't seen Arrested Development, I'm sorry for you. It's an amazing show. But Tobias Funke, which is one of the cast members, has actually released what are called they're basically green screen shots so that you can drop him in various viral video or memes. And it's funny because it ties in directly to the original show. Netflix has also done some promotions where they set up a frozen banana stand in various locations throughout the world, actually in the United Kingdom, United States, and more. And they will actually, the cast is engaging in this awkward way of marketing a third-party service. Now, for those of you who don't know what Arrested Development is to Netflix, it's essentially a exclusive broadcasting, exclusive content, because Arrested Development had gotten canceled by Fox a couple years ago. It had gone 3 seasons. It's one of my favorite shows. So Netflix picked it up, and now they're promoting it as an exclusive for Netflix. So Netflix is really trying to push this exclusive content, much like they did with House of Cards. And this will create a really cool experience for those of us who are Netflix fans, because we're going to start getting content that only we get. And I think this is a simple move on Netflix's part. I think they should constantly, if not pursue more avenues, but continue to pursue this avenue of having exclusive content for their service. The subscriber base is already there. They actually just got to the point where their subscriber base is as large as HBO. So they are definitely up there. Definitely up there. And let's see how we're looking at here in the chat room. It looks like says, Dry Ice says, hang on. It doesn't let me do the video scrubber back. People are still having freezing issues, it looks like. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, people are not having good luck with this freezing and locking. It says, your broadcasts are great, but your broadcast plus all the contributors makes up an amazing PCM network, says Adam Kraftkick. One of my favorite things is that my community will continue to contribute content. Now, what I want to know is if you guys have any real opinions on this whole Netflix thing and exclusive content. How many of you in the community are actually Netflix subscribers? That's what I want to know. Because if you're Netflix subscribers, I'm excited to know what you guys think about this idea of, hang on one second. Output in progress, quality may be reduced. Let's see if I can reduce this HD rate here. Edit. And let's try 3,000 kilobits per second. Close. It's not letting me do it while it's live, I don't think. Edit. No, I don't think it will. Wait, maybe it will. I'm trying to help you guys out here. Yeah, it won't let me stick to that right now. I can't do it while it's live, it doesn't look like. Unfortunate. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to try to actually modify the broadcast at a slower bandwidth, and we'll probably keep doing this until we get a sweet medium here. And again, I appreciate your guys' feedback and your patience on that. I know that this is going to be a work in progress, and unfortunately, we can't test all this at once. We don't know until we go live. So Netflix is an exciting thing for me. I'm really excited to see where they're going. But check this out. As you guys know, YouTube, since I got approved for live streaming, I'm not the only one. If you have a YouTube channel that has 1,000 members or more, 1,000 subscribers or more, YouTube wants you to apply. Well, let's see if that helped. I don't know if that's going to help or not, but I just kicked the broadcast back in just to try, just to see if we can actually get the broadcast back up. So it didn't crash. Wanted to see if I could adjust it. I'm posting that right here in the messaging now. Okay. Let's see what we've got here, if it'll have any kind of help with this live streaming at all. And again, it's to be expected to have issues the first time. Actually, what's interesting here is I can actually show you that behind the scenes, I'm actually working with a piece of software called Desktop Presenter, I think is the word it's called. Let me show you my There we go. There we go. And what we have here, so I can show you guys how my screen is set up. And I got this new presenter here, which is actually what's creating the dilemma that we're running into. And this particular presenter is, it's fully functional, but I just haven't really learned how to use it in full yet. So really all we can do is keep going forward with the show in the hopes that maybe it's just a bandwidth issue and things will kick in back. But I don't really know for sure if that's going to happen. So let's see what we got here. We have, in the next story, we have, well, how about we just drop it down to 480p? I just thought of that. What am I thinking? Broadcast settings. Let's do, let's go back to format. Oh, it won't let me change that in this particular setting. We're not going to be able to change it until the next show. So can you guys even see me now? Anybody? Anybody at all? Anybody? 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 Bueller? 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 Oh boy. Let's just keep going. Now, TC makers, 3D printing wizards at Shapeways show us their brand new Queens factory. Now, this is kind of interesting to me because I thought 3D printing would be the best possible solution to the manufacturing problem for multiple parts. And this company apparently thought so too. This company called TC Makers, they actually went into the business of creating their own 3D printing and 3D mass production company. And they found a way to actually do 3D printing for multiple types of material, not just plastic, but they can actually do steel, ceramic, and even sandstone, and they can create custom parts for any kind of vendor at any kind of type. Now, this is the kind of thing that should actually make certain people worry. 3D printing technology is a great technology that can actually create objects with three-dimensional blueprints, and actually once it's created them, it can create them in mass. So once you have a basic template of the object, whether it be a joint or it could be a part for any kind of toy or as a lot of people are arguing, weapons, but it could be anything in the manufacturing process, piping, you can actually create it in mass through this 3D printing technology without having to have molds and all kinds of what are they called? Centrifugal systems. So you can actually create a whole bunch of actual mass-produced objects for the manufacturing industry without having to worry about waste and overhead and actually needing to create new dyes, and dyes are very expensive in the industrial world. So it'll be very interesting to see where this 3D printing technology takes the manufacturing industry. But I think that this company, this TC Makers company, is actually making astounding strides in how exactly they're going to be setting it up. So we'll see how this all turns out in the long run. But 3D printing, as you know, 3D printing is one of those technologies that is just absolutely fascinating to me. And if you keep paying attention to it, it's going to once again become a very, very prominent technology in the coming years. And so unfortunately, I think it's going to end up replacing some more jobs, which technology is kind of notorious for that these days. So Google Plus is going to be discontinuing their games. I know, you guys are so disappointed. And actually, I think this is a smart move on this. So Google Plus games, like I said, will drop June 30th. Let's see what we got here. What's the next story? Google Ground Truth. Google is doing something called augmented reality with their Google Maps, and you should really check this stuff out, guys. There's a lot of cool things going on in Google right now. They began doing road satellite, and what they're doing is they're spending a lot of time correcting data it receives here. The left side shows original data from the U.S. Census program. At the right is Google's corrected version. So Google can actually take data from the registration program and from the United States Census program and correct it, because the data, the actual location of that, wherever it's panning down to or wherever it's looking at, it can actually compensate and find the differences between the census data and the actual real data that it's captured. What this means is that Google's actively now involved in the data mining process of verifying locations and mapping systems and things like that. Whether that scares you or not, I'll leave open to you. But it's a very cool mapping effort that they've been putting forward. It's called Ground Truth is the name of this particular program. If you're at all interested in some very fancy technology that basically is able to do cross comparisons in real time using robotics and automation, then definitely look into Ground Truth. It's a cool technology. And this particular article was from CNET, and it's just a cool way to see how Google has created a system where the computer can do visual comparisons on images and objects. And they're even implementing this technology into Google Plus too with their authorship by doing tagging and things like this. And they're actually even talking about in Google Plus, if somebody posts a picture, for example, an Eiffel Tower, Google can actually scan and identify the image in the photo without the person who posted the photo identifying the image. So Google knows what it's a picture of, even if the person posting the picture doesn't know what it's a picture of. And this takes it even a step further to the whole Google Glass thing, where Google Glass's idea was that it's going to be using facial recognition and augmented reality for whatever objects you're looking at can actually augment in reality, and you can actually see information on those objects just by looking at them. The computer can interpolate what that is and actually give you feedback information on it. Now, of course, it starts that way when you're actually looking into this technology. It starts out small, starts with facial recognition, but then they can actually push this technology even further through the use of augmented reality and on actual superficial objects. Adam Kraftkick says, and then Google puts me on the waiting line. All Day says, I'm going to recommend that we do with Hangouts until Google gets their stuff together. Well, we don't know if it's Google yet. It could be something I'm doing wrong in the actual streaming. Matt Jones says it's still freezing about every 20 seconds for me. Anybody else? Dry Eye says, some of us do not have Google+, so using only Hangouts would limit the users that can watch the stream and interact with the content. Good point, Dry Eyes. Beat Hunter says, the need for speed, haha. Matt Jones happening to like 5 of us. Dry Eye says, no, it wouldn't be an actual Hangout, just a Hangout on air for Craig to broadcast, just like he used to. And while it would be great to do that, we do have to keep things in perspective for actually keeping this live stream moving in a direction that does evolve the platform. I know right now